This is my Metabo cordless 18-volt router. Had it for quite a while now, and I'm going to walk you through some of the features and show you how it works. So for starters, like I said, it's a cordless router, and it works with both Metabo's 18-volt batteries, like this 3 amp-hour battery here, or their multi-volt 18/36 volt batteries here. So like I said, this one's a 3 amp-hour battery. This one's a 2.5 amp-hour battery in the 36-volt application, and a 5 amp-hour battery in the 18-volt application. And so to attach the battery, just put it on like that, and you're good to go. Now, this router comes with a 1/4-inch collet, and it has variable speeds, with the speeds ranging from 10,000 RPM to 30,000 RPM. You adjust the speed right here on the back, going from 1 to 6. But I don't find that I ever really adjust the speed off of 6, especially with a compact router like this one, where you only have, like I said, 1/4-inch shank bits. I find that I never really need to adjust the speed any slower than the max 30,000 RPM. One of the features I like about this router is it has a kind of a safety on and off switch, where the on and off switch is right here on the back, but you've got to first activate this button right here in order to turn the router on. So if I was just to push this button here, nothing happens, but I've got to turn that on. Now you know there's power to the unit, and when you push this button in the back, then it comes on. And I don't know if you noticed there, also, one of the things that's pretty cool about this, and a lot of cordless routers, is that they have, excuse me, have the brake on them. So there's no time for the motor to wind down to stop the bit from spinning. It stops spinning almost instantaneously. So here you go, turn it on. Push the button, stops almost immediately. So that's pretty cool. And one of the other things about the safety feature that makes it good for if you're taking this router on the go with you, if you just throw it in your bag and you keep the battery on there, you don't really have to worry about it bumping into something and turning on, because there's this 2-step power on system that kind of prevents that from happening. Another feature about this router is, as you saw when I turned, or maybe you didn't see, but when you turn the power on, that first step power, there's an LED light at the bottom, or actually there's 2 LED lights. So that's pretty cool for illuminating your workpiece, and it's always on when you have this first stage power button on, and when that turns off, the light turns off. So that's another way you know that there's power to the unit, is that when you see those lights on, you know that it's able to be turned on. And now we'll take the battery off, so we can talk about the base and how you adjust it. So the base is pretty simple. There is no real micro and macro adjustment. It's all done here. You just loosen that, and it slides the base up and down. And the base is made of plastic. Now it's up to you whether you like plastic or aluminum. The plastic, what it does is just makes the unit lighter, and so a little bit less fatiguing to use if you're using for long periods of time. But obviously plastic is not going to be as sturdy or robust as it was if it was aluminum. So the lightness trade-off, or the benefit you get from having a lighter unit because it's plastic, you lose a little bit of the robustness of having a metal base. The base has a rubber grip on there to make it a little bit more comfortable to use. And if you want to change the bit, the base comes off pretty easily like that. And this is you don't have to use 2 wrenches to change this bit, although you can if you want to. So you can put 1 wrench right here on the spindle and 1 here on the collet, or you can choose to use this button here, which is a spindle lock. So it locks that in, and then you just use the 1 wrench to change the bit. Another thing that I really like about this router, and it's probably actually my favorite thing I like, is one time I had a project where I was routing 130 boards. And so the positioning of the on-off button being up here at the top made it really easy just to use this for one-handed routing and turning it on and off with this trigger finger right here. So I turn it on, do my routing, and just turn it off like that. So it makes it super easy to just use with one hand, which a lot of routers don't have that positioning of the button. And so that thing's really unique on this one and something that I really liked using. So definitely when I'm doing a lot of repeated routing on a lot of different boards, this one is the one I'm going to grab. So all in all, I really like this router. It's definitely worth taking a look at if you're looking for a cordless trim router. And if you're in the Metabo system, then this one's a no-brainer.